Welcome to Seth's Daily Podcast. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. We're blessed enough to have co-host of Here to Chew Bubblegum, Dirty Dan. How are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing wonderful, Seth. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. And
Gotta love this snowy weather.
oh yeah, hopefully the power doesn't go up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I can just look out my window here and see the pole. So if it does, I'm just gonna be a Florida man and run out there and grab the wires and.
yeah, man. I read there's 8,000 people in the state of Kentucky without power right now.
I mean, is that still counting the people in Western Kentucky from
Yeah, I think
tornadoes?
I think so. Yeah, from the snow.
Because I didn't think it snowed that bad here yet to do that. I could be wrong.
I think it's like I seen where like Laurel County there was some power outages and stuff.
Laurel County.
London.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say southwest of here or southeast of here.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized town. They got some good restaurants.
What, London?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I'm
man.
down there. I'm down there quite frequently for work.
They got some good Cracker Barrel. They got a White Castle, which is always good.
I got a White Castle 10 minutes away.
Definitely jealous, man. The closest White Castle to here is London.
I you ever seen the Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle?
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
That's every time I see I've honestly had White Castle less than 5 times in my life.
Wow.
But every time I pass by it, all I do is start immediately having that movie pop through my head.
Yeah, man. That's definitely a classic movie.
Do you like that one or Escape from Guantanamo Bay better?
Definitely the White Castle movie, man. Because I mean,
Really?
yeah, it's hilarious, man. I mean, at the end when he gets the girl, I mean,
I kind of like Guantanamo Bay better. Big Bob and his cock meat sandwich.
they
I'm Big
definitely need to
Bob.
make some more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that though, because the Neil Patrick Harris and whorehouse or concubine houses and the KKK, and I think they kind of touched all the edgy subjects in those two movies.
That might get them canceled today.
Oh, 110%, 110%. I mean, I remember Comedy Central. Not that I've had cable in 5 years, but Comedy Central used to play them on there, and I don't think they play them on there now. They don't even play Dave Chappelle anymore.
Oh yeah, they canceled him, and then they tried to cancel some. Who was that one guy that made that Kobe Bryant joke? Ari Shahir or something like that.
Oh, Ari Shafir.
Yeah, he
I
made
love
some.
that. I love that guy. He is. 98% of his comments or his jokes are racist. However, it's racist to everybody. He's an equal opportunist hater. He's not just, racist against one. It's all. If you are a living, breathing human, he will make some sort of racial joke towards you. And it's just funny to see how edgy he is and cringy. And like everybody, I remember when he first came out on, like really made it in comedy, like everybody's like, how the hell's he doing this? Like he's a racist. And he even went running as the amazing racist for a while. And then everybody started realizing, oh, he's not making fun of black people, or oh, he's not just making fun of white people or Jewish or Asian, whatever could be made fun of, he would make fun of. And it's just because I think he's like a Hasidic Jew. I think that's how he was raised.
Yeah, he is Jewish. I think he
Yeah.
even talks. He makes fun of himself being Jewish.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, like Gabriel Iglesias, or not Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias. Um, you got the fat, fluffy, heavy damn joke or whatever. Like, guys make fun of themselves, but like, making fun of your size and making fun of your race or beliefs and religion's a whole different ballpark.
Definitely, man. And on the last interview that I did with you and Goose, we actually got a comment from Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie.
And Retro Cult.
Yes, absolutely. And also, he's the co-host of Believe It or
Believe
Not.
it or not, spelled Knott, right, Goose?
Not County. I mean, that's a genius name, by the way.
I have no say in that name. I believe that was all Goose himself.
And here's the comment that Justin left. He said, "I want a treasure hunt. LOL. All joking aside, it would be cool." You was talking about treasure hunting in
Yep.
that podcast.
Yeah. That I I say we get a couple metal detectors and go treasure hunting here, because this has been a very active and busy place for many years. The property I bought, there's neat little stuff tucked in all over. So I'd be real curious to see what's under the ground,
Might find some money.
or at least something we can turn into money.
Might find like a necklace or ring or something. Definitely.
Or just, set of ink cartridges and throw it in the printer and print off some hundreds. I'm just kidding. All you government people listening, I don't make counterfeit money yet.
Yeah, man, treasure hunting would definitely be cool. I mean, it's untelling. I don't know if you've seen like scuba diving, like they treasure hunt scuba diving and stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there was somebody that actually just found a like 17-year-old cold case, like a missing persons case, and they found the people and stuff.
Oh, no shit. All right. Well, I mean, the one group that was the first like awareness calls we talked about on the podcast was Adventures with Purpose. And they started out doing like the river cleanups and, like treasure hunting, if you want to call it that. Just finding watches, rings, iPhones, smartphones, just in general. They go to like the hot spots where people will drop their stuff, and like they try and get it back, get the stuff back to the original owners. There's a guy called Man Plus River, and then the All My D that do that stuff too. But then Adventures with Purpose kind of transformed into taking their specialty diving skills and aiding in like search and recoveries. And Goose and I were supposed to go meet him when they came to Kentucky for 2 cases back in October. Unfortunately, there was an issue amongst the team, and that caused a delay in things. And then due to scheduling and Goose at the cookie factory and me turning wrenches, couldn't take off to go get him. So they'll be back. So hopefully I have Jared's number. We still communicate. It'd be awesome to finally meet up and do a podcast, because they've seen some stuff out there, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind talking about it.
That's definitely very awesome, man, and definitely maybe you guys can have them on a podcast or something. That would be a great listen.
That was the plan. We were going to go out there and record there that day, like while they were setting up or waiting and working and whatnot, and things happen, life happens, so we'll get it rescheduled.
Yeah, man, that definitely would be an awesome interview for sure.
What who's the multi-genre music man?
Oh, he is he reacts to music and stuff. He's reacted to Tom McDonald and stuff on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I found him on YouTube.
I see that he asked if I was a singer.
You are a guitar player, ain't you?
No, I can't play guitar to save my life. My fingers are too big.
Oh,
I'm a drummer.
oh yeah.
I can play a little bass, but I was raised a classical trumpet player.
Maybe he can react to you playing the trumpet or something.
No, I have terrible stage fright. Believe it or not. It's not spelled Knott.
Believe it or not.
I have really, really bad stage fright, and it actually worked out that I found jazz right before I went to college. Went to college on a music scholarship, and I was blessed with this gap in my teeth that I found out professional trumpet players literally pay thousands of dollars for. So I'm going to college. I wound up playing in Broadway in New York, and I'm asked 3, 4, 5 times a day, "Hey man, who did your gap?" Bad genes. Mother Nature. God, I don't know what you want. I mean, and that's when I found out that people actually pay to have this shit done. And so because of that, it allows me to play higher and louder than most. And so being that I had stage fright, but I had that gift, I was able to play lead. So I'm playing extremely high and extremely loud, and you always hear me. So it's like the whole show's a solo for me, but it's not actually a solo. So I don't have to worry about stage fright. I just got to play my music. It all worked out.
Absolutely, man. Now you're doing a very successful podcast.
I mean, I had a radio show that turned real big in college too, and I've been on a couple friends in the diesel industry's podcast over the years, and it was actually, I think it was with when Justin Perkins had us on Talk Junkie. We were talking about this, and I've always enjoyed doing radio shows and podcasts. I like to talk on the old interwebs and space box here, and just I am very not knowledgeable, not experienced. I have a diverse information platform in my head. So I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I'll call that. There's a lot of stuff I'm fairly well versed in. There's a lot of stuff I like to talk about, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't get a chance to talk about unless it's in a podcast situation or something. So, I always make the joke that I am Bigfoot. I'm over 6.5 foot tall and I wear a size 19 sneaker. So, hairy as a mother. Kind of, if the shoe fits, which it really does, in this case it does. It stuff like that. It's always intrigued me. It's always fascinating. Loch Ness Monster blows my mind every time I talk about it or think about it. And then the one outlet I want to find to talk about is like, do you know what a ghost ship is?
Yeah,
Those fascinate the ever living hell out of me.
absolutely, man.
And I want to find an outlook or a platform to talk about that and like talk to experts in that field of study about, because that intrigues the ever living fuck out of me. How you can get a 3 or 4 mast wooden ship from the 1600s that was found frozen in the ice in the Arctic, captain with the pen still in hand in the middle of writing a note, froze to death, and then it gets rediscovered 200 years later, same thing, and then gets discovered another 100 years later, not a single sign of life on there. Like, how does that ship stay afloat that long? Just randomly circumnavigating the world all by itself.
Yeah, man, that's definitely interesting for sure. I mean, I've seen some documentaries on I believe Paramount Plus did a documentary on
Yeah.
ghost ships and stuff.
Well, and then like I have YouTube Red, so there's a lot of stuff that like normally I guess you'd have to pay for. It's not accessible otherwise. But I pretty much fall asleep to some sort of documentary every night. And if I'm not listening to a podcast or Sirius XM, I'm watching a documentary, and just there's so much. There's free documentaries, Times Plus. Oh, what's another good one? Let me look here.
Discovery Plus has some good documentaries as well.
Yeah, but you got to pay for that.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I already pay for YouTube though, so I can't really say that.
I used to have a Discovery Plus, and then I realized that I got Sling TV now, and I realized Sling TV has everything that Discovery Plus has on it, so I canceled it.
Danger TV, free documentary. Oh, Spark. That's the other channel. And then there's like DW documentary, practical engineering. Wow, I watch a lot of documentaries. I'm just looking through all my history, and like none of my videos I watch on YouTube are pretty much under an hour and a half. It's all documentaries. Is what it is. It can't be that bad.
Helps you sleep too, man, so that's a good thing.
Uh, I don't know if it helps me sleep, but it helps me fall asleep. Wake up, take my pee in the middle of the night, put it back on, fall back asleep. Then you ever do that? Like you'll watch something or fall asleep to it, and then like a week later, you're in your head and you just have this random thought, like, why do I know about such and such? And you can't figure out, and then you realize that it's because you fell asleep to it.
Yeah, like when I was back in my teenage years, for sure, man. I used to fall asleep listening to music and stuff, listen to like old country and old rap music and stuff. And I mean, like there'd be some songs I know to the words to that I like. I don't remember listening to this.
Yeah, yeah. I understand that one. Or I will, Rebecca always has music playing in the background of her lives and shit, and it's not songs her and I listen to music very differently. She gets stuck on the same 4 or 5 songs until she beats them into the earth, brings it back, beats them down once more, and then moves on to the next 4 or 5. Like, and that's why I love Sirius XM. Like, you don't really ever hear the same song if you don't want to. Like, you might like throughout the countdown, like Octane is one of my favorite channels, and like you'll hear the top 3 countdowns or the big ends, and those are about the only same songs that are repeated. But all the like Jose Mannion loves playing different music and discover new artists. I love Grant Random. If anyone's listening out there and they have Sirius and they don't know who Grant Random is, he's the morning show guy on Octane. Go listen to him, because the things that come out of his mouth, Howard Stern can't touch him. Literally cannot touch him. I don't know how he hasn't been taken out yet. I don't know how he doesn't have a riot with torches and pitchforks outside of his studio. But I'm happy he doesn't, because God bless, the shit he says is just out of this world and hilarious. But like guys like him is what makes me like doing this more, because I'm like, oh, if he can say that, then let me go find this group of people that made this documentary on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Let me talk to them. You know what I mean?
I mean, the only show I've heard about on a Sirius is Oxy's Boneyard. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, it's channel 38.
Yeah, I don't have Sirius, but I always hear Joey Diaz talking about how good a listen it is, and he always listened to it like falling asleep.
Do you remember when Ozzy Osbourne and Post Malone did that collaboration?
Oh yeah, dude, that song was amazing. You don't like it, do you?
Oh no, I love it. I think it's so funny about music trends that all these Post Malone fans were like, who the fuck is this guy singing with you? And like Ozzy Osbourne was one of Post Malone's like icons, idols. Like that's what one of the guys that made him want to grow up doing music, because a lot of people don't know Post Malone is a sax player and a guitar player and like jazz, retro, funk. Like he was not a rapper. He did not start out as a rapper in music. Just happened to write a hit song called Rockstar, and it took off.
He I don't know if you've seen where they had that like what was that thing for? They had some charity thing, some raising money for something in Texas. He did a country cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? It was one of Brad Paisley's songs.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't, just pick a name. They all sound the damn same.
Oh man, it's about fishing.
Well, that narrows it down to about half his songs.
The
one where
it's where he says, "I got a bite" or something like that. I
yeah,
can't think
it's
of
called
it.
"I've Got a Bite."
Oh yeah,
Yeah. All looky there, I've got a bite.
yeah, dude. Post
that
Malone
one.
killed that.
Oh
cover.
no, it's "I'm Gonna Miss Her."
Oh yeah, Post
I'm
Malone
gonna
killed
miss
it.
her.
Post Malone did a great cover of that song, man. He's actually a really good country singer.
Well, he's just a really good overall musician. Period. Any instrument he picks up, he can sing, And T-Pain too. I don't know if you've ever heard T-Pain actually sing without autotune.
Yeah, on the Masked Singer.
Dude is a phenomenal singer. He's just a phenomenal musician overall as well, especially on the music industry side. But Post Malone, like, he blew up in 2.5 years with his rap career, and then does a song with his legend of an icon, Ozzy Osbourne, and all of his fans are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, you kiss the god of heavy rock and roll's feet there, and hop on the crazy train and let's fucking go. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the reactions to that, but like, and then there's a video of Ozzy sitting on his couch reacting to people who don't know who Ozzy Osbourne is. It's just fantastic.
Speaking of like different genres doing music together and stuff, I don't know if you've seen the new song Broadway Girls by Morgan Wallen and Lil Durk.
Oh god, it's all over TikTok, and it has been for like 3 months.
You like
Yeah,
that song?
there's two things that you're gonna find out. They don't love you, and they always love you right now. I hate that song. I hate that song with a passion.
I actually like it, man, but I'm gonna tell you who I like's remix better. I like Upchurch
Upchurch,
and Chase Matthews'
yeah.
remix better.
Well, I like Chase Matthews' song, County Line.
Pull Up, yeah, he's got some good songs. Have you
Yeah,
heard the song Pull Up?
yes. I've been following Chase Matthews since he had like 1,200 followers.
Actually, I was actually in talks with him about doing a podcast.
No shit.
Yep. Like a year and a half ago or a year ago or something. Like this time last year. I can't really remember when it was, but it some reason my text never like delivered to him.
That sucks. That's a bummer.
Yep, that would have been awesome having him on. But I mean, I've had Shotgun Shane on, who was a very good country rapper too.
Well, and what's his deal and Justin Time's deal? Didn't they have a falling out
I
at
don't
the
know,
redneck?
man.
I thought they got into it at
Who
like
is Justin Times?
you don't know who Justin Time is?
No, I know who he is. I actually, Justin, yeah.
I fell for it. I fell for it.
Yeah.
I fell for it. Yep.
Yeah, man, he's good.
I want to go to a redneck rave.
Oh, you need to go to a Kentucky Music Mafia show too, man. They make some really good music.
I guess I'm gonna have a busy summer then.
They play up there all the time. I think they're playing in Louisville or something this weekend.
You say that like it's close and I can go to it. It's Sunday night at midnight, and Louisville's an hour and a half away. Let me just hop in my truck that'll wake everyone in my house up and head on out there to a show that's already done. Jesus.
They do shows all over Kentucky, man. And Tony Sloan will be up in Georgetown the 29th. They because of weather a couple weeks back, they moved the show to January the 29th.
What bar is he playing at? Or is he playing at a bar or a hotel?
It's a pub and a deli. It's Golden's Pub and Deli.
Golden. Okay.
I don't know where it's at. It's in Georgetown somewhere.
I think it's off 25.
I ain't been in Georgetown in a while.
I'm up there far too often. I mean, I moved to Kentucky to take a job in Georgetown, so that's how it started here.
I mean, there's a lot of jobs around Georgetown, man. Like, I think Toyota's up there.
Steph, PSA, there's a lot of fucking jobs everywhere. There's just a whole bunch more lazy people.
Yeah.
I mean, we have incredible staffing issues at work. There's staffing issues everywhere that I go. Every place has a sign that says we're hiring, and the pay is higher than I've ever seen. Nobody wants to work.
Thing is, around here, man, we don't have nothing here. So I mean, there really ain't that many jobs. There is in a couple towns here, like London. There's a few jobs. Pikeville, there's a few jobs. Ashland.
Are you closer
really
to London or Pikeville?
Pikeville. Pikeville is an hour and 5 minutes away.
Mm. I was gonna say there's a shit ton of jobs in London. Anybody local listening, go down to London.
London's
Shit ton of
about an
jobs.
hour and 45 away.
I thought you were closer to Goose than that, but then you started saying you kept saying London. I'm like, oh, I guess he's closer to London then. Nope, you're not. All right.
Yeah, I'm an hour and 5 or 10 minutes away from Pikeville. There's a
The
few
city
things
that
going
moves
on there.
mountains.
What's that?
The city that moves mountains.
Yeah. Hey man, Pikeville is a pretty city, man. If I was gonna move anywhere, it would probably be Pikeville. I got a few family there.
I mean, I wish it still had the airport there instead of that crappy Applebee's and Lowe's and Walmart.
That Walmart is that Walmart's always crowded, man. I'm not a big that Walmart don't ever really have anything either.
No, everybody has a parking lot party there with their shitty tooted up trucks.
Yeah,
Like
I actually
I sat in the Applebee's outdoor eating area, and for 2 hours, I watched the same damn shitty looking, shitty sounding trucks run up and down that little strip there like they were King Ding Dong. Like, just stop. It sounds terrible. It looks terrible, and it's dark out. We can even tell. Just go be a fuckboy somewhere else. Go. I can't.
one of my favorite places in Pikeville is Broken Throne Brewing. You should definitely check that place out.
Next time I'm out there, I will.
Tony just got done playing at their new venue. They got two different venues there. They got one that holds like 500 people, and he just got done playing there.
And the one you should see about getting him in the distillery district in Lexington, because they got
what's it called?
The distillery district. It's where all like the old breweries and distillers were. All their buildings, the warehouses, they've like sold and renovated. And it's a whole. It's a pretty cool place. Like they all have a bunch of microbreweries and restaurants in there now. But there's a great big center section. Would be perfect to set up like a stage show.
Yeah, he just got done playing in your area back in early December. Do you know where the Legion in your town is at?
Yes.
He just got done playing there back in early December. It was a late notice show. Got it in
I
like
love
2
American
days.
Legions.
Oh yeah.
50-cent beers.
Should have definitely told you about that show. I forgot. I don't think at that time you was living in that town.
I moved here in November.
Oh yeah. When was that? It was like end of November, early December. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't have gone because I had the COVID then. I'm saying that in quotes because that's not what my doctor told me, but that's what work told me. So I was exposed to someone with COVID, so I got 2 weeks of vacation.
That's a win.
I mean, I had walking pneumonia, and I've had that twice in my life now, and it kicked my ass the last 3 days. And then, no, 4 days before I went back to work for 3 days, I was like hallucinating and seeing shit and could not move, could not get out of bed. And then the day before work, I woke up that morning and I was like, nothing ever happened.
Wow. I had something nasty a couple weeks ago where I was like coughing stuff up and stuff and had like tightness in my chest and stuff, man. I think I might have had that Omicron.
You mean the flu?
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, gonna piss a lot of people off. Don't really care. You can send the hate mail to dirtydan@heretechewbubblegum.com. Anyone who believes in COVID, I got a bridge in Brooklyn, I'll tell you. Because people don't realize that you get a tetanus shot, not a booster, but the actual tetanus shot. There's 3 strands of COVID in the tetanus shot alone. COVID in all medical dictionaries is defined next to the common cold. And everybody's like, no, it can't be because we don't get that sick from the common cold. Hey, idiot. Yeah, you would if you didn't get exposed to it all your life. You build up immunity and antibodies, and that helps fight off the common cold. Because some people just have a cold and it looks like they're going to hell and back and they're on their deathbed. Some people have a cold and you can't even tell. Same thing with COVID, because it is the same thing. I said it.
I believe it's man-made, to be honest with you.
Well, all the different variants and strains are, and Fauci's a fucking criminal mastermind, deserves to be shot or hung or all of the above. Use him as a pinata. Gain of function research is what kills people, and he should be held accountable and charged for every death of every person that was killed and affected by this, because he's the one that sent money to that fucked up scientist in North Carolina that turned around and went to the Wuhan lab, and then he just started sending money right to the Wuhan lab. So fuck you and your wet bat that you sold in the Chinese market, and get out of here.
Now I seen something where he did something to like some beagle dogs, like cut their heads off and stuff, like back in the 90s.
Oh, he's a sick fuck. Like I said, just charge him with every murder. Charge him with murder for every person that's been killed from COVID. Pretty done in the story.
I think PETA was actually on asking for him to resign and stuff.
Yeah, but they're dirty politicians. It'll never happen. And speaking of PETA, that's awfully ballsy of PETA to do, since they have a giant kill shelter as well. But, that's just for dogs too. So, nobody cares about that. People eating tasty animals, that's fine. That's what PETA stands for to me.
Yeah, man. PETA definitely doesn't like people hunting or anything. I mean, they're against everything that is good in America and all the freedom that we got.
I mean, to be fair though, like as a hunter, I'm against hunting for sport. I refuse to hunt for sport. I don't agree with it.
Oh, you mean like just hunting to like get stuff mounted and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, hunting for sport, I'm not okay with.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean like when you get deer jerky though, man.
Well, yeah, but that's not for sport.
Oh
you're,
yeah,
you're
I
getting
know.
food for that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Believe me, I'll sit there and eat half a deer in one sitting.
Yeah,
I'll put down 40 pounds of venison, no problem.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I definitely agree with you though, man. I mean, deer is amazing, and I don't know why anybody would want to mount a deer when it's tastes so good. I mean, deer jerky, deer burgers.
I mean, I've got a couple mounts, and it's from ones that I've killed, but I've used the meat. I've eaten the meat.
Oh yeah, that's different for sure.
Right. Yeah, I'm not out just to kill a buck just because of his rack. Like, I'm out there to fill a freezer up or donate to a homeless shelter.
PETA ain't thinking about that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. But like when I was up in PA, Valley Forge National Park, the deer population, it was like once every 10 years, they would do a raffle of like 200 tickets or 100 tickets. And hunters could go in. They had a certain amount of time to kill all the deer that they could find. And then if you didn't want it, they donated to a homeless shelter. If you did want it, obviously you come and collect them. And then out of nowhere, the deer population like quadrupled. And so it was 1,000 hunters, and they even brought the National Guard in to start using for target practice. It was fine whether it was hunters, but that target practice kind of defeated the purpose of it, because that meat wasn't usable. Now, if they're putting 10 rounds from a 5.56 into it, what's left of the deer? Nothing. So it went from, again, killing for food or donation of food to like, I don't understand sport hunting. I don't. I'm sorry. It just irritates me. Let's move on to a happy subject, shall we?
Okay, man. We'll definitely talk about something positive with here at True Bubblegum. You got a new segment with Bowling Cox.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend, Bolin himself, fresh off the trail. Let me tell you, this guy has intrigued me beyond all belief since day one. Now, I know his emails are outlandish at parts, but he still has and would send side emails that are it interested me beyond all belief how he would write them, some of the questions he would ask. Like I'm just excited that he came onto the show. Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. He's
Everybody
from
but me knows who it is.
he dated my cousin when I was young.
Ah, so you have direct ties to him.
I know him when I was about 3 or 4, yeah.
Well, and I know he came from Justin Perkins and Talk Junkie. Um, or at least that the first time he wrote in, I guess he had mentioned it, and then Goose asked Justin about it, and he's been a long time listener to Talk Junkie. So I, I'm glad he is here. I look forward to every time we get to work with him. I just want to know who he is. I just want to know.
He actually called into the show last week, wasn't it?
The radio show?
No, the normal show.
No, that was 2 weeks ago. He had a voicemail, or he sent a video in about the ivermectin, the horse paste. That just for a generation that has grown up on South Park and Family Guy, we are the biggest bunch of fucking pussies I've ever seen. There, I said it again, folks.
Ain't that a Tom McDonald line? He said, "Y'all grew up watching South Park. How are you? What is this? How are you so defensive?"
Yeah, it's in the song Snowflake.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing that. I can't remember where I first heard that thing, but it's been about 4 years now because it was while Trump was in office.
Speaking of like shows and stuff, man, The Simpsons predict everything.
I mean, like even like Family Guy and American Dad, though. Like nobody's realized how true Stan Smith and the CIA thing is.
I lost you for a second. What'd you say?
I said, but even Family Guy and American Dad, nobody realizes like the Stan Smith thing, like CIA, that whole, and then the NSA jokes they make, um, and like Family Guy is so edgy and says so much fucked up shit, but like you stand back and you think about it and then you research it and you're like, Seth MacFarlane is an edgy genius. Like that guy is just ballsy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised cancel culture ain't came after him.
I mean, what they've got 20 or 21 seasons of Family Guy, and American Dad's only like 4 or 5 less than that. He's too established.
Yep. I mean, didn't they try to cancel Rogan there for a little bit?
They always try and cancel Rogan. They do. I love Joe Rogan. I also hate Joe Rogan. He probably another unpopular opinion. Remember, Dirty Dan at HereToBubblegum.com for your hate mail. He needs to actually have a fucking backbone and not just use his, what do they call it? Clout
Oh yeah.
to just stay in the mainstream spotlight. Like, bro, if you're gonna fucking sit there and have one of the most decorated soldiers of the Iraqi and Afghanistan war on your show, and you're gonna portray an American badass with him, don't fucking go next week and talk about how you need to get the jab and even get 2 vaccines and get the booster shot and make sure you're on time with all of them. Like, bro, you just went from like super last resort walking on death's line to playing into a government fucking faction.
Oh, he's for the vaccine now?
Well, it depends on the week.
I
That's what I'm
haven't
saying.
looked.
Like every guest that talks about it, like I said, it depends on the week. He has been completely against it and all for like home remedies and herbal remedy, and then he's all about they're like, mask up, get the vaccine, protect ourselves, let's end this thing. And then 2 weeks later, oh, stay away from that shit, it's all government made. Like bro, make up your fucking mind, have a backbone and support your opinion and stand behind it. If you're wrong, you're wrong, own your shit. If you're right, own your shit.
Yeah, I've not listened to him in a couple months. I haven't listened to him maybe since actually years, since Joey Diaz's last interview was I seen that little clip he did with the doctor from CNN, but I've not listened to a full podcast since Joey Diaz was last on there. I believe that was July of 2021.
I think so.
Or 2020. It might have been 2020.
I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, after our 2-week lockdown thing started.
Yeah, I do listen to Joey Diaz though.
And like I thought we were going to move on to a happier subject.
Oh, you don't like Joey Diaz's show?
No, just the whole Rogan thing. I just
Oh yeah. But yeah, man, Joey Diaz. Speaking of Joey Diaz, I've talked with him a little bit. I tried to get him on my podcast, but he's not doing shows right now because of the virus and stuff. Unless he like knows you, he's only doing like Zooms with people he knows and stuff. What's
why
up?
are people so, why are people so scared to do a Zoom with someone they don't know?
I don't know. I guess he wants to have like some type of relationship with the person he's having on. Like he's no, like I guess he thinks it makes for a better podcast or whatever. But I did.
Oh, I mean 100%, yeah. But what also makes a good podcast show is like doing an interview and getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Like that's like half of what podcasting is about, is having guests on that you don't know.
Yeah.
That you just know of.
I mean, Joe Teddy, man. I mean, I've had him on 4 times, and I used to watch him on television and stuff. And now me and him, I mean, our 4th interview was definitely better than our first interview because I mean, we actually know each other a little bit.
Right. And that's like, but it's also not even in the same category because you do know each other at that point. Like it's cool to hear that relationship starting and getting to know someone. Like, everybody noticed that when I came on the Here to Chew Bubblegum, and yeah, we were firing on all cylinders right off the bat. Just because, I'm not a stranger to this thing, and Goose and I share a lot of very similar ideas and beliefs, but like, we started right firing off on all cylinders. Now we got a whole nother engine. We got 2 of them go. We're just steamrolling right the fuck on. But again, that was a difference of people getting to know me getting to know people versus having that stuff established now, and it's 2 different. It's 2 different types of podcast there.
I mean, yeah, man, when you have a complete stranger on, like, there's been some people that I've had on that just don't know how to really talk on a podcast or don't like talking. And they say, please, before you start the interview, they say, please make this about 10-15 minute interview.
Why are you on a podcast then? Why?
I don't know. And they're actually some kind of well-known people too.
Well, it's like a show that we had to reschedule, well, because of the move and being sick and everything. And, thanks to the wonderful military depot less than 12 miles away, fucking with our internet here. It took a while to get it set up or get one that would actually work here. We've got, hopefully February, some very high up there people coming on the show. One of them potentially being Eric Trump.
You just broke some breaking news.
So, I mean, if it all goes well, he wasn't originally planned. I just happened to run into his tour manager and got to talking, kind of worked it out. They were like, "Oh yeah, you'll have to come by for an interview." I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm the interviewer. Like, we have this show. It's a podcast with a very large multi-country following. You come to me. I don't come to you." And little known fact, when I did live in PA, at the end of my block, well, directly across the street was the Hill School. The Hill School is a private school that is a live-in school where Donald Trump's kids went. Donald Trump's kids all went there. I met Eric when he was there. I met Donald Trump when he was there. Super nice guy. Treat him like anyone else. I was working at a dance recital as a stage crew for my sister's dance company, and met Donald Trump was just shaking everybody's hand. I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And I kept walking because I had work to do. I don't care. Names to me, like 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna fangirl. I'll have like a little brief moment in my head, but like at the end of the day, you got to think everybody's still a person, you know. So I try and treat them that way, and I do that because I feel like if I was in their spot, I'd want to be treated just like a person too, because anyone can be special or rich or do that, and not everybody has that choice of being born into it. So I always try and do that. And again, I was working limited time. I said, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" Politely kept on walking, did my thing.
I mean, your best. I don't. Is he your best friend or one of your really good friends? John Gosselin.
John Gosselin is one of my best friends. Yep.
That's pretty cool, man. Will he be making an appearance in the near future?
We've been trying to do it logistically. He's just been all over because he started up his own company again. He's down in Miami right now for a couple weeks. I'm trying to see if he will stop back here for like 2 days on the way back up. One of those days being a Sunday, or at least some time where I can like sit down and record a segment with him. We also have some stuff coming up for like Rebecca and I. That's kind of neat. I'm not going to put that on the air tomorrow, but we have a very important Zoom call tomorrow. Well, in about 13 hours. That could definitely really change things. I'll say that.
A guest?
No. I'll talk to you after about it.
Okay. No, I just thought it might have been you might be getting a big guest on or something, man. But John
No.
Gosselin, man, is definitely oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say, in this term, I guess we would kind of be the nation could potentially be the guest for us here. It'll make more sense later. But yeah, John Gosselin, I've known him for many years now. Super chill, down to earth guy. He got a terrible rap, but that's what reality TV does to people. I said on Talk Junkie, and I'll say it here. Kate Gosselin's a cunt with a capital C. Fuck her. I got taken to the hospital. She was the head of the trauma center and I kept telling him, "Don't take me there, don't take me there." We rolled through the door. I'm on a stretcher, and I said, "One of two things is going to happen. You're going to cart my ass down to Potsdam Memorial Medical Center, or I'm going to get off this thing and I'm going to go take myself there." I refuse to be worked on by her. Refuse. She is a royal with a capital C cunt. Do not like her. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. Nope. So
Definitely glad that he's living a good life now.
well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to say good, but he's doing, I think, about the best he can. Because unfortunately, that shadow does still follow him everywhere.
Oh yeah,
And
from the
it's
show.
kind of a hard thing to get cast out of when people don't actually know you. And They just think they do because, oh, I saw you on John and K plus 8. Like, you're a douchebag. No, like John would stop and help you if you were broke down on the side of the road and change your tire for you. That's the kind of guy he is. And that's just plain and simple. And a lot of people don't know that, and they never will know that because they won't ever give him the chance. But that's why I treat people like I try to treat everyone as like an ordinary person, because you don't know what they've gone through or they're going through. And like,
Yeah.
I know if I went through that shit, and well, shit, if I went through what he did and got it as a bad of a rap as he did from it, I'd probably be in jail for manslaughter charges at this point. That's just me. Oh, which picture do I want to show? Because this goes up on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. It'll also be on a new platform, Rumble. Oh yeah, I can see it good.
Yep. Me and Johnny.
Yeah, man.
Rumble. Oh, we're gonna be on Rumble.
And YouTube
Nice.
and Spotify and Anchor and everywhere. Yeah, I'm trying Rumble out. Let's see. I know. Have you heard of Rumble?
Yeah, I'm actually in it right now. I watch a lot of Trump stuff on there.
Yeah. I got one video up with Joe Ted I posted on there. Right now it's got 7 views. Which I mean, I guess for Rumble, I guess that's decent, I guess. I'm not
Watch
sure how
I
many.
don't really read any news apps anymore or that shit, because I just, it's so one-sided whether it's left or right. I can't even take it anymore. And I gotta say, up until I started using Rumble, Russell Brand, the actor, could not fucking stand him. Actually hated his guts, thought he was a terrible actor, terrible human being. And then I started watching his shit on Rumble. And now I don't think he's the same person anymore as he was 10 years ago. I think if he was 10 years ago what he is now, I probably would have enjoyed him. Never had feelings of utter disdain towards a man that I didn't even know. And I definitely watch and support him. But he's honestly become, I think, one of the most unbiased truth reporters out there.
He's got a podcast, right?
Yes.
10 years ago, I think he was engaged to Katy Perry. That could be the main reason why.
She is not of this world, and that's a whole nother story. But yeah, well, he was still like that a while after they split up too. I honestly think this whole lockdown thing really changes perspective on life. And that's, after what I'm seeing now, it'll only be a matter of time till he gets taken out too. So I'll start with that damn gorilla. Rip Harambe. Dick's out for Harambe.
Yeah, man, I don't man, cancel culture is going after everybody, man. That's definitely one of the things that I can't stand is cancel culture. I think everybody should have the freedom to say whatever they want to.
I mean, cancel culture was around a lot longer than what people think. It's just mainstream now. But like Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe is probably the most intelligent, intellectual, well-versed man or person who really shows, and he and I actually have a similar background. He was a classically trained opera singer. And then you see him getting in there and having a TV show trying to expose and bring awareness to all these blue collar jobs. And I'm not a fan of TED Talks, but I will listen to that man speak about anything, anytime, because every word that comes out of his mouth is honest, humble, true, and needing to be heard whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
It's and dirty jobs got canceled because nobody thought that, being a pipeline welder at 21 years old and making $250,000 a year was good. Or like dairy farming. Like, I grew up on a dairy farm. Like, nobody understands how fucking hard of a job that is. And especially now more than ever, the farm I worked on for a long time was actually last year finally protected by the state. They were about to lose it. And like, we had Amish riding their horse and buggy through the night to come to our milk store and pick our chocolate milk up. Like, that should say something, because anybody that knows Amish knows they don't like to interact with the outside world, knows that they don't support the outside world. But they came to us and bought our chocolate milk. Must have been doing something right. Side note, anyone ever in the southeastern PA, go to Solomon's Dairy Farm. You won't regret it, I promise. But like, we sold to like Rosenberger's Dairy, Lyle Dairy, Turkey Hill. Like, we're the biggest dairy farm in PA. And it was about to all get taken out by developers. Like, that's the backbone of America, farming and truckers. Without farms and without truckers, we'd have to rely on other countries to import everything. Couldn't feed ourselves, couldn't clothe ourselves, couldn't house ourselves, couldn't drive ourselves. People need to be exposed to blue collar. We need blue collar workers. Not everybody gets to sit in mom and dad's basement because their parents are fucking loaded and do nothing and be social media influencers. Fuck you, get a job. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck you, get a job.
Yeah. I think we need to also teach people in high school how to like be entrepreneurs and stuff and create your own business. And
I mean, yes, but no, because it takes a lot. Being a business owner, it takes a lot to be successful. It takes a whole, successful in terms of being able to keep your doors open, your lights on. It takes a whole lot more to be different enough than the guy next door, Joe Schmo down the street, to grow. And nobody who starts a business does it to just struggle 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to barely make it by for the rest of their life. Everybody's got aspirations. Everybody's got dreams. Everybody's got goals. And if you don't, you're dead. When I did that, I basically wanted to kill all Firestones and Pep Boys and Jiffy Lubes and Valvolines out there. That was my goal. Because I could offer the same service more reliably, more honestly, for damn near about the same price. And that'll take it out of you. Let me tell you, you'll literally break your back doing it. It'll take it out of you. Not everybody is built for that. Not everybody's meant for that. Yeah, you can have a class of 150 of them become CPAs and have their own LLC or S Corp. But guess what? Come tax time or come after a couple of years, half of them are all going to be working for the same damn firm. Half the shop owners are going to go to a bigger shop, or they're going to merge with someone. Landscapers, tree trimmers, they all become one. Like, I agree with you to a certain extent on the entrepreneurial thing. However, they also need to understand infrastructure and I honestly, just real life in general. Like, thank God I was the way I was growing up and did what I did. Like, people thought pushing shopping carts in a Redner's parking lot was a hard job to have in high school. They'd work 16 to 20 hours a week, pushing shop carts in or stocking grocery shelves. I was up at 2:30 in the morning, riding my damn bike to the farm to work before school, shower off halfway through the shift, change, go to school, do school, and then go back to work after. 7 days a week. Well, 5 days. Saturday and Sunday I work double. Like, until you got to wake up at 2:30 in the morning to go sniff cow shit, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I'm not going to feel bad you got a minimum wage job because you don't want to apply yourself. You need to go out there and, again, do blue collar work, do real work, understand what it means to make a dollar, and understand the value of that dollar you made. Like, the first dollar I ever made, I still have. The first dollar I ever made legitimately, I still have.
Did you put it in a frame like everybody does?
No, I keep it in my wallet. And it's in its own little spot. It's folded up. It's got a note around it. I'll never spend it. I always keep it. That's partially why I have a chain on my wallet. The other part is because I don't trust you fuckers out there. Never lost a wallet for more than 45 minutes, and typically it's in my other hand. Oh.
Yeah, being the area that you're in, there's definitely some people that'll pick a pocket.
Oh yeah, and especially up in Lexington. Like, fuck, my car was stolen straight out of my driveway.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that, man. What?
I'm still dealing with that.
Oh yeah, there's some stuff you probably can't talk about with it.
No, it's still ongoing and open. I'll just say it's been a rough couple months since September.
Did you get your truck back?
Oh no, I had to go buy a truck. I'm not getting my car back.
Wow.
It got totaled. They destroyed it. It's totaled out. It's destroyed. I got to go pick a couple things up finally Monday or tomorrow. So it's been rough. But I worked my ass off, and I got that as a 21st birthday present to myself. Every mile on that car, I put on it. Everything done to that car, I did. And it got taken away because some reckless little shithead fucking punk decided to take it. I hate people. I hate our generation. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
Yeah. Hey man. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you froze for a second, my bad.
No, I just hold my face really still sometimes.
I guess you got me back for the just in
Yes.
time.
Who the fuck is just in time? Yep. You got me. You got the tater.
But yeah, man, he makes some good music. What was that? Country Rap Facts
Yep.
with Adam Calhoun.
I'm just a huge Adam Calhoun fan, period. And then right before Christmas, I got to FaceTime with him.
Oh, dude, let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't actually FaceTime, but it was a FaceTime. As you know, my wife's a creator on TikTok, and she opened her phone up to one night, and he had just started going live, and he was like, if anybody wants to, everybody keeps saying I should interact with my fans more. So if anybody wants to do a dual live, send me a request. And Rebecca immediately sent him a request, and he was like, shorty shit show, or just like butchered the name. He was like, come on, let's go. So she brought the phone right into me. And this is, remember how I said 9 times out of 10, I don't get starstruck or have that fangirl moment? This was that one time. She just comes walking in with a shocked look in her face, handing me the phone. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's Adam Calhoun. And he was like, yeah, but it is. What's up? What? What? Like, just and my daughter's on my lap, and I'm like, you're, and then I see myself in the bottom corner. I'm like, uh, hey, what do I say? I love you, man. No, that's weird. I'm sorry. I love your music. I listen to it all the time. I just like had to compose myself there for a hot second because, and I think it was more so the fact that it caught me off guard, um, more than anything. But yeah, we had a talk via TikTok for like a good 12-15 minutes, just asking about the holidays and wanting to see my family and what I do and you know how I feel about some things. And he asked if he could get us anything for the holidays, Christmas, make it easier because he appreciated that I was still working in COVID and all this bullshit going on, and that I just keep grinding. And he found out Rebecca's a stay-at-home mom because I just go out and work, and I work until I don't have to make sure we have what we need. And just a genuinely amazing, nice guy. And I felt kind of stupid um, at first for the whole fangirl thing, but I felt stupid about it afterwards, but I just got over it and I had a great conversation with the guy. That was I hope that I have that opportunity again. I wish that a lot of people would, because like I said, he's a pretty amazing guy. And like here,
Now, did you shoot your shot and ask him to be on the podcast?
that was not even in the back of my mind. I was just excited to be graced with his presence.
He does really good interviews. He did one with that Simba. He did an interview with Simba that I watched. That guy that reacts to music.
He I can't remember the guy's name now. He's a black guy on YouTube that does the music reactions.
Oh, Simba.
No, not Simba. Not Simba. Because he's got his own beard oil out now.
Is it No Life Shack?
It might be. He did a funny video with him, and that turned into a whole like little. They've got a whole string of videos now. Grace. Sorry, my pit bull's whining in the background. She wants to go bed. But yeah, he I promise if I get the chance to talk to him again, I'll ask him to come on the show. Any one of them. I'll ask him. Just I'll keep it in the forefront of my mind. I got my 1 out of 10 times out. I'm good now. But yeah, that was I'm willing to bet it was, like I said, just because it was a shock. I wasn't expecting it. Like, you don't randomly get to expect to talk to Adam Calhoun at 8:30 at night on some Thursday before Christmas.
Yeah, I was the same way with Mike Goldberg, but I knew I was gonna have him on. But I listened to him since I was like 7 or 8 years old, commentating UFC, and just to see him in front of you on the computer screen was definitely it wasn't really like I wasn't really starstruck. It was more shocking.
Right. You know who we should try and get?
Who's that, man? John Cena.
I feel like he would also, well, I mean, I've seen interviews countless from him, and he's a very good interviewer. And just I feel like with all the stuff that he has done and everywhere he's been in his life, he's got to have seen some weird shit.
Yeah. I had a WB wrestler on Kid Cash.
Really?
Yeah. He actually had a very funny Ric Flair story.
There's a lot of people. Now that I think about it, now you got me thinking. Like, do you know who Demolition Ranch?
No,
Matt Carricker off YouTube.
no.
Oh man, I feel like he'd also be a good one. He's a well, he went to school to be a vet, but he's a gun nut and now has like one of the highest YouTube channels out there.
That's always a good thing.
Like well over 10 million subscribers. Like
Wow,
well past.
wow.
Yeah. But I got to meet him a couple times. The first time being at a car show that he got involved with another YouTuber I follow religiously. And a super nice guy. He's very animated, tells a lot of stories. Like not made up ones, like actual life stories. And then you know who we should, because it'd be along the lines. I bet you if I reached out to Scott from Kentucky Ballistics, I could probably use him to get to Matt. I might have to do that.
Yeah, man, it's definitely I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes I'm like, I gotta get this guy on. This guy would be a great interview. Have you ever text somebody and they just leave you on red and stuff?
Every girl I've ever talked to. What?
But nah,
Uh,
man, uh, when
I,
you are booking shows and stuff, really only like 1% actually agree to do it.
I gotta say, as far as booking people on or trying to get people on, I've had no turn downs.
Wow. I've had a
Um,
I've had a bunch of people just leave me on red and not even respond. I've had some famous people say they're gonna do it and then don't show up for the interview. Some really famous people, man. I'm not gonna say their names or anything though.
I've in fact, I have the opposite problem. Like this one, how I got to Eric Trump was because DJ Nikki then got me in contact with Paul Hempel, and Paul Hempel's assistant got me in contact with Dr. Andrew Zelenko and Clay Clark, and Clay Clark's assistant got me in contact with Eric Trump. Like it started with one, turned to five. Not a bad problem to have.
Oh man, that would be a next level interview for sure.
I mean, that's that it's gonna be a pretty big episode. And like Clay Clark is on the Reawaken America tour right now. So like all year long he's out. He's in a different town every weekend, different town during the week, like doing some shit. So I'm excited to have that that all brought to the podcast. Goose and I are also hopefully gonna well, he's coming out here sooner rather than later, hopefully, but I've been hearing that the last 6 months. Um we want to take the show on the road more this year.
Are you
Yeah.
thinking of this summer?
I mean, more than just the summer. I
Yeah,
mean, if anything, spring and fall for me, because if it's above 30 degrees, I sweat. So I'd rather be closer to 30 than closer to 100, you know? So
yeah. Are you gonna have any special guests
when,
for the tour?
oh, I have no idea. Like, we want to do something like Mammoth Cave and, like invite anyone local or just anyone if they really want to come out to meet us or do anything with us. Just, we really just want to get out there and get more involved with the listeners and just make more fulfilling content.
I've thought about doing some venues and stuff. I know you guys have talked about doing some at like restaurants and stuff.
Well, I have an open invite that we have to kind of do some logistic work on at Guitar Center in Lexington.
Oh, where's that at? Is that in downtown or?
No, it's right off Nicholasville Road. Actually, it was like 3 minutes from where I used to live. It's over behind the mall, kind of tucked away, all nice and deep black. But yeah, yeah. Thanks for the yawn there, Seth.
I made you tired.
Yeah, well, and I just realized it's 12:30, and normally I'm in bed an hour ago.
All right, man.
No, I'm good, man. She's still alive, and we can keep talking. But yeah, that's what that's a big aspiration of mine, and some things are changing at work, and it's looking like I'll be taking over as manager sooner rather than later.
Congrats on that.
Thank you. So with that, I'll have Saturday and Sundays and a little more liberty to, leave early if I have to on a Friday or something, and be able to do what we got to do. And then like coming out to the Pikeville Comic Con, like I want to be there for that. I want to, and like for that, I know we were all in that little message group there. Like I want to do a like in-person cooking with Dirty Dan, like bring the pit to the people.
There's a shelter at the lake in Knott County where I can make that happen.
I mean, that would definitely be awesome. Get a little pool going, and because I don't know last time you tried to buy a good set of baby back ribs, but they're not cheap anymore. So can't afford all the meat for everyone. Gotta get a little help or a little charge. But I absolutely love to do that.
Yeah.
I am Dirty Dan, the king of cooking videos, barbecue man.
You should definitely create a YouTube channel dedicated just to cooking barbecue.
I see the thing with the TikTok is that like I only started doing that just because I do frequently smoke, and everybody always tells me that I should have a restaurant. I should have a barbecue place or a food truck or something. And everybody always asks me what I use and my recipes are. So I said, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't have the capacity nor the time to make a giant YouTube production. And if I'm going to do it, I want it to be like a guy called Guga Foods that I follow, or Survey Everything, his other channel. That would be the quality I'd want to do it. And I can't do it at that quality, so I'm not going to do it. I'd rather whole ass something. I don't want to half-ass a couple things. So I'll stick to TikTok for now.
Yeah. And stick to podcasting also.
Well, I mean, in terms of the cooking, the barbecue, I can't. Maybe I could do it since we do record the podcast shows.
You could be cooking right there in front of the computer camera.
I mean, it'd definitely be doable when it got warmer out because I can just open the window right here and roll my smoker down a little bit, and then I can just be 5 foot away and be doing my smoking thing and being on the podcast still. Good idea, Seth. Good idea. We're gonna have to do that this summer too.
And they can maybe have a segment cooking with Dirty Dan.
Yeah, make the well. I don't know if we could do a segment though, because then it'd have to be pre-recorded and condensed. Because anybody knows anything about smoking, just don't take an hour. the meat prep alone is about an hour and a half. So, and that's if you're not going to marinate it overnight or anything. So a lot of logistics there.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Definitely 2022 seems like to be an exciting year for podcasting, man. I'm excited to have you on and do podcasts with you guys and
I'm excited that you are now a wonderful part of our radio show. Is Simon says, that's now that we finally picked a name for you.
definitely excited about that, man. It's it's a lot of fun. The past 3 episodes have been fun, and I know every week is just going to get more fun, man. And every week we're gonna build that chemistry like he was talking about. You and
Right.
Goose built on, and all three of us have chemistry, and then it'll be an even better show once we get chemistry.
We'll get used to each other. We'll get used to the way it rolls. Thankfully, though, our format is pretty much the same thing every week, so
Yeah.
it gets pretty easy to get in that routine. You just gotta understand Goose.
I do got to give you guys credit for that, man. You guys got a very organized show, and it's run really good. You guys do a great job of how you do segments and all that, man.
Well, I appreciate that. It's definitely not easy, but it makes it a lot more easy than it could be.
Yeah, you guys do a great job on that. I mean, my podcast, I don't even write down any questions. I just let it flow, man.
I mean, yeah, and a little behind the scenes here, like when we have guests on, like we always, Goose and I will formulate a list of 20, 30 questions together, and we send it to them, and we get them to proof it and write and okay it, and if they want to do pre-written responses, like if they're not going to be there, or do something like how we're going to have the person from the Paintsville train on the show, that's going to be a voice disguise and all that shit. Like we will do whatever we have to do to get them on and get that word out and take care of them, but we also don't want to surprise them, make them uncomfortable, or any resentment, because any guest that we have on the show we always want to have back, just in case something else comes up or we didn't get all the way through. And like with DJ, the relationship we built with DJ, he'll be back for a third time, and we're gonna get to be kind of up close and personal with his actual personal life of him and growing up, and because his dad was an engineer at NASA.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's something we're looking forward to, and that wouldn't have just come from just braiding a bunch of questions at him right off the bat, or just having a dull interview. We have a lot of thought and time and effort that goes into this, and it's for respect, out of respect for the guests, and it's also out of respect for listeners, to give them that good show. So
Absolutely, man. And actually there is a few guests that actually not them particularly, but not them particular, but their manager actually sends me some questions. I don't know if you guys have ever had somebody's manager send you questions.
well, actually, for one of the ones coming up, yeah, we have some questions. We also have an itinerary / guidelines of what we can and can't do or say with them. But I get that, because when you get to such a large point where your full-time job is TED Talks, touring the country and whatnot, that's understandable. And we bring our own set of rules and whatnot to the table as well. So you just got to find that happy medium and work together.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some people that I've had on that there's some certain stuff that have went on in their life that you can't ask about.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. But that's again why we like to
Communicate with the guests.
yeah, and give them the heads up, and again, out of fairness, out of respect, smoothness, flow, even flow, even flow.
So who is your favorite guest, your personal favorite guest that you guys have had on so far?
Oh, DJ has definitely been my personal favorite thus far. I'm really looking forward to that Paintsville person. And then there's one guy that keeps emailing to the show I'd love to have on. However, it'll probably have to be, because I honestly think that would be my favorite guest then. But we'd have to do some extensive disguising as well, just because of his or her job. So, it's again, protection out of respect. But man, this person is interesting. The info I've gotten makes my mind just go ping pong.
Definitely, hopefully that happens. So I can definitely listen to that, man. That would be a next level podcast and an interview.
And then my bestest of best friends, who was a Marine and is in the National Guard right now, when he comes back down for a visit, I want to have him on here too. Maybe we can coercively get some of the military secrets out of, like in terms of technology and timeline, settle the lifelong. Are they 5 years behind? Are they 50 years ahead? Are they 300 years ahead? Are we 1,000 years ahead? Just some sort of that. Because some of the stuff he shares with me, I mean, I have a pretty good clue of where we are at and where we're actually at. But I'd like to be able to figure out a way to share that with the masses and the Roswellers, as I started to call them.
Definitely, man. And I definitely appreciate you being on, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, man. I'm glad we find, because Goose always forgets to tell me. And like normally he'll tell me like an hour before. And then last time I got the email and I texted him. I was like, did you get an email from Seth for a Zoom link? And he was like, yeah, I may or may not have forgotten to tell you completely. I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks. So I'm going to say any future ones, just make sure you text me as well.
Will do, man. And I definitely appreciate you being on, and I appreciate you and Goose letting me be on the radio show with you guys, man. It's been a lot of fun, and it's continued to be a lot of fun.
Seth or Simon, we didn't let you on. We welcomed you on. You definitely bring some more character to the show. It's always a pleasure and a blast hanging out with you and doing this with you. And buddy, I look forward to every episode we have together coming up.
Absolutely, man. I look forward to having you guys on my show, and you never know, man. We might be somewhere. All three of us might be together doing a podcast in real life, not just Zoom.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely can't wait until we can all get up and just have one big Here to Chew bubblegum party.
And it not snow.
I mean, I personally don't care. So I like the snow, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate you being on, man. And I appreciate everything you guys do for the podcast community here in Eastern Kentucky.
Central.
And you guys are all of us is on the nomination for, what is it called again? You see what I do, I just click on a link and don't look at the website, and I just voted.
Well, there's actually a lot of people on there that I have actually met or know of. So for most of those categories, I did give them the vote.
I did vote for here at Chuboga.
I couldn't vote for Eli, and I couldn't vote for Spooky. Spooky Family was on there twice.
Elliot Spook. I say that.
And Goose
as his name, and then he was Elliot Spook as well. That
Yeah.
was a little weird that he was on there twice.
Yeah, two different categories, but I voted for them the second time. But best podcast, I was selfish this time. Normally, I don't vote for myself, but I didn't vote for myself. I voted for my cohorts. That's how I sleep at night, is knowing I didn't vote because of me. I voted because of them.
I definitely think. Have you guys announced that you guys are that we are on the up for nomination? Have you guys announced that on the show?
Yes, we did on today's show.
Yeah, I definitely think I like our chances.
I mean, I do.
Because
hopefully
to actually be on the ballot, you got to have multiple people nominate you.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I thought. Goose Things is just one person, but no, it's usually multiple. And like I have quite a connection on Facebook. I have several thousand friends, mostly Diesel community. But every time I've been sharing it, like I've got people that are texting me or commenting, "Hey man, just for you, I went over and voted for you." So whether they listen to it or not, it'd be pretty damn awesome to have an award.
I mean, yeah, man, that just makes more credibility for the show.
Yeah, that 100%. 100%.
And it's just awesome to say, hey, we just won. I don't know if you guys know this, but we just won an award.
Now listening to the award-winning Here to Chew Bubblegum.
I mean that you have to admit, man, that would be awesome hearing.
So, all right, buddy, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you again for having me. Always a pleasure. Always look forward to it.
Definitely, man. I want to thank Dirty Dan, co-host of Here to Chew Bubblegum, for being on. Y'all have a good night, and God bless.